Good morning, evening, whatever it is, wherever you are. We're here playing Final Fantasy XIV, running through Satasha, the first dungeon in the game, so that we can give you the mechanics rundown. It's always important to know your party members. Aegis and I have the returner mark. That's the crown with the leaves. And that means we have played the game thoroughly before, but not in a long time. Jeez. Gel Shields, I really don't know how to say that name, is a standard player. He's got no special mark. And then Persephone Pink, I love that name, is a sprout. If you look at the little plant next to her, she means she is new. It's also good to know the makeup of your team. I'm a pugilist, which means I can only hit one target at a time. Persephone is a arcanist.
Yep.
So she can hit multiple. So she's good for AoE. First mechanic in this dungeon is to make sure to check this bloody memo. And the captain likes his cabbage green. So the color for this dungeon is green. You'll find out what that means once we get past the clams. Yeah, that's a thing here. Giant clams. Looks like this dungeon's running better than the last one. That's a wonderful thing. Ow, my jaw popped. Gotcha! Someone leveled. That was me. Spiffy. What level am I now? Since I'm level synced down, it's hard to tell what level I am. Because I'm level synced to 18. Actually, I think I can look up through my character thingy. Character Pugilist. Level 23. Nice. I'm very pleased about that.
Who, huh?
I have an idea to discuss with you after.
Okay.
Alright, so next up we've got these lovely giant clams. When they open their mouth, you can wrestle with their tongue. When they close their mouth, they are invulnerable. Every time... Huh?
Unless they're dead.
Unless they're dead. In which case, they're still invulnerable because you can't damage dead people. More. Anyways, every time they open their mouth after closing it, if they're not... Well, if they're dead, they don't open it after closing. Anyways, every time they open it after closing it, they create 2 more of these shade seekers that we keep seeing. So they're a pretty good thing to kill first when you get up to them. Otherwise, you're just going to have more and more shade seekers.
I can't see the topaz instead. Oh.
Well, you can politely ask them to switch.
Yeah.
Well, I'll politely ask.
That's fine.
Yes, but if we inform them that Topaz is supposed to be a tank and Emerald's supposed to be DPS, it may not be something they know. One of the things you can do in dungeons, which I personally am very fond of when I want to learn about a player, is view their search info. They have a white mage to 59. And they have Arcanist to 24. So they may not know the difference between Topaz and Emerald except color. Is the carbuncle still out at all?
No, yeah.
Ah, still Topaz.
Yeah.
I also gotta give her props on that name. Persephone Pink. She makes me think of a webtoon I will read with great affection. Okay. Right.
That's what happens when you try to lose Sastasha.
Well, Satasha, most people dislike Satasha because we've ran it so many times. It's
I
just
ran it like 4 times. I think this character. Oh, good.
I ran it with every new member in our FC. Back when we managed to invite so many people, we actually maxed out our FC. Every single new member because they needed a tank queue. I am less than fond of it, but you do what you gotta do. And people have to do this. Now the color was green. You see the coral? We have red, blue, and green here. The button if you pick the right button, you'll only get.
I'll also hit switch around the only thing.
We should. You'll only get chopper. If you pick the wrong button, you'll get chopper and some ads.
No, you won't. Only get the ads.
Oh, you only get the ads? Oh no.
It used to be chopper and the ads. Now it's just ads now.
That's dumb.
Not really, because you already see them to spawn up the experience.
So let them.
You can keep doing it as much as possible as long as you have health and mana and stuff. Yeah.
Wait, if you keep pushing the wrong ones, you keep getting ads?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, for Chopper, he's pretty straightforward fight. Smack him a bunch, and when he does that circle AoE, get out because it causes paralysis.
Or stun.
Or if you have the ability, stun him, and then smack him a bunch more. If you're the tank, you smack the face. If you're the anyone else, you smack the butt. Welcome to the game. All right, and rule 1, never run ahead of the tank, says the Puglist running ahead of the tank.
Yeah.
But I happen to know where the enemies are, so I can avoid them and make sure the tank grabs aggro first. Because it's always important to let the tank be first so that they can get the aggro.
Yeah.
It's harder to get aggro off another player than it is to just grab it in the first place.
Could be.
Not by a whole lot if you're very familiar with your thing, but it still does require more work to get it off another player than it does to grab it in the first place due to the format the game is set up in. It's also just a good idea to have in there the basic courtesy of how to play with others. Because, yeah. Alright, so Captain Morgan is a coward. And he has 2 buddies here. We're going to kill them first. And usually the tank does the markings. Others are capable of it. And most of the time nobody really cares. So feel free to mark even if you're not the tank. And the tank doesn't always have to mark. But you always take out the extras first. And then you're going to beat up Captain Madison until he runs away. And yes, I regularly call him Captain Morgan. I don't care. Captain Coward. We end up doing this a couple times, and he runs away a couple times. It's monotonous. You're just like, why bother? And no, even if you come in here on a very high level unseek, you cannot kill him. The game mechanics will not let you.
Yep.
So, but he's a pretty easy first boss. Take the 2 baddies with him, and then take him down, and boom, you're good. I'm intrigued where the carbuncle is in the Imity.
What?
I am intrigued at where the carbuncle is for Imity. Stupid coward. Where's my rogue and ninja? Oh my gosh.
What?
My ninja is level 1. I need to work on it. Now, the rules of the dungeon. Tank leads. That also usually means the tank chooses whether we hit all the extras or not. And the tank determines this based out of personality, what they desire to achieve, and the ability of their group. For example, if your healer isn't up to par... Oh, my game just crashed. Oh, nope, there we go. Wow, everything froze. If your healer isn't up to par, then the tank usually won't go and hit the extra mobs because they just want to survive the dungeon long enough to survive the dungeon. But if your healer is sufficient and you have the extra time and you're in the mood for XP farming, hitting the extra mobs is a good thing.
Yep.
And some players appreciate it. We've ran this dungeon a few times today, so it looks like our tank doesn't really want to, and that's all right.
Yep. And the money, give me you. That carbuncle really should have mixed everything.
Oh, the carbuncle tagging things? Now, you'll see 2 guards in front of this door, and he pulled the 2 guards in front of the Wave Rider gate door. The 2 in front of the captain's door, which on Aegis' screen you're going to see not that. One of them drops a key. You use that key to get in the captain's door and find out he's a total creeper. And then kill him to get the key to open
I hate freaking
the Wave Rider gate.
No, that's fine. The Topaz dies by fault.
Whatever. As the tank, you have a little more sway in saying, please put Topaz away and get out Emerald. But that's only if you wish to.
Hey, look, Captain Spear.
What?
Look, Captain Spear got. You want to grab it open the door?
Would love to. I cannot see it.
Really?
Yes, really? I don't think the captain's key has dropped.
Right here.
Oh. I got it.
What's it right here?
Alright, so you gotta make sure to pick up the key or you can't open the door. It just won't work. I'm sitting there looking under the enemies. Couldn't find it under the butts. It's usually a good idea to let the tank open the door. This is a straight smash and bash. See, he's a creeper. He likes cats and kids. They're everywhere and only female, so you know that's something. The poor little babies. Yep. We's gonna rescue them all from this horrible, horrible captain. I'm not one of them, I swear on what little remains of my virtue. Oh, poor baby. They've had some rough times. Don't worry, it's gonna look up soon.
Okay, there.
And boom. We got the key to the next door. And these lovely little ones are able to run away!
And sometimes you get if you want more experience with that, to do a full clear.
Yep. You can do a full clear. Most players don't really want to do a full clear. They want to rush through and move on. But some players enjoy it. And if you're a new player, a lot of times you want to do the full clear just to get the dungeon map. Alright, we're on round 2 of beat up the baddies. Once again, Captain Madison is a coward, so we're going to beat up his 2 companions. He's going to release the dogs that are behind that gate. You want to show him the gate? There you go. And once he releases the dogs, the tank has to very quickly pull them because each dog is aggroed onto one of us. And the healer usually claims them very quickly by healing. Imagine that.
Yeah.
Alright? So the tank's got to pick them up and we got to beat them up. And you don't really want to worry too much about Captain Madison. He's a coward. You can't kill him anyways. Again. But you gotta get him down enough to release the dogs, beat up the dogs, get him down enough to where he runs away. Yeah. Tactical retreat. No. Cowardy. Interesting.
And there comes the dogs. Are you all? Oh, there it is.
Okay, well, my mom has found probably one of the coolest things I've seen in a long time. It's a 35th anniversary remake.
Uh-huh.
Alright, sorry for being a little distracted. As you can see, he did a great job pulling the dogs so that, you know, our healer didn't die. And now there's nothing exciting back here. See, empty, boring room.
Thank you. Hooray.
Alright. I could use Pugilist gear.
Alright. Where's that go? Ah! You're all close enough, aren't you? No. I hate the archers in this because they like to time away.
Right. Now, one of the things you can do as a player, as a tank, is when you get things like archers, you line of sight them. You got to be careful with this because you can't line of sight your healer because you shouldn't line of sight your healer. You're very capable of it. Don't do it. It's a bad idea. But if you line of sight the ranged attackers of any kind, they'll usually try and get close enough to be able to attack you. Most healers who know the dungeons will try their best to follow the tank around areas where he will need the line of sight. There's a dungeon we will get to later where the tank spends 90% of the dungeon line of sighting enemies. And the healer has to be pretty up on it to follow at his flank. So yeah. And flank means side or behind. It usually means side, but, you know, that's what the term means for the game. In this instance, most of the time, healers follow close to the side of the tank and a little behind so that they don't pull anything, but they're close enough to not get line of sight of it.
Uh-huh. Oh, I hear the sound of a little conjurer. Oh.
I actually own the original of that. You what?
The little conjurer, I hear it.
Yeah? She be a Miko as well. We got 2 of them.
Oh, well. We all have tails, so that's fine.
I so want to meet Persephone Pink out of game and just give her a bunch of pink freaking dye.
If you do,
Carbuncle has a friend. That's okay, it don't matter.
move up here. Fight me up here. Whee! Alright, I'm going up there. I know how hard it is to kill characters up there.
Sorry about the hold up.
Just hear all the wow! I wish that this summer you could actually like choose to like target a group of people. Instead, I had no ways to going sick on each one.
Oh, I know, right?
Okay, that's annoying.
However, and sorry for the breaks, my mother is texting me, and as you all know, the rules of life is never wait too long to text your mother back. So, I'm texting back. Oh, yeah.
What are you doing?
Why haven't you answered my text? Anyways, so in this, we have these lovely pools, unnatural ripples, that once they start bubbling, we need to go over and click them so that we don't get more ads in the mess.
Okay.
I only have circle and plus on my bar.
Alright, that's it. Really.
All right. His mechanics are real simple. Beat them up, catch the bubbles when they start bubbles.
Yep.
I've got.
Start, so, you know,
I.
locks up.
Then we'll start to what?
No, it locks up. 15 seconds away to cure damage.
Oh, gotcha. Yes. Now.
We're on circle and triangle and.
I'll get triangle.
Run.
I am. All right.
I technically have a Topaz tank it, and this guy is saying yes.
Now I've got eyes on square, and Persephone's got square.
I got plus.
Circle's going off. I may not make it in time.
Mm-hmm.
I made it.
Nice.
Persephone's doing a good job catching them. You got eyes on
square bubbling.
I got square.
Triangle or circle bubbling as well, and so it's plus. I can't get anything because stun is there.
There we go. Oh, so we're gonna have an ad from Circle unless Persephone can get it fast enough.
Nope. And
yep, and if you don't get them, you get a thing pop out. Our ad is on our healer. We might need a. There you go.
okay, done.
And limit break. Rules on limit break is you usually use it for the melee first because they're going to have the most potency against one enemy. And then use it with physical ranged. Then
You want healer or DPS?
DPS.
Healer.
Then magical ranged. That's about the order you want to do them in because of potency for single targets. Now, if you're doing multi-targets, you want to do it physical ranged before magical range because it's still going to hit harder. Thank you, as always, for watching one of my videos. I hope it was as useful to you as we had fun doing it. You're so weird. Have a wonderful day, night, whatever it is, wherever you are. Being out.